If you're following Johnny and Amber and events around them since Virginia or before, you might know someone named Dan Wootton who's now got allegations against him. Dan's somebody who said some not so nice things about Johnny Depp, and now it seems he's in a similar spot. Dan recently put out a video, I think it was a few minutes, maybe 3 or 4 or something, explaining his side of the story. I haven't broke it down yet, but I want to talk about a few things he said, and this tweet here by the person who's accusing him. First off, this tweet here is a response to Dan's video. Of course, both parties are going to say they've got the truth, they've got the facts, so that's why, without seeing something to weigh in on that, it's hard to take sides. We can make assumptions, we've got personal opinions, but when push comes to shove, we gotta see some kind of evidence. Anyway, this person's name's Alex. This tweet's on almost 900,000 views, so that's pretty good. It's only a day old or something, from July 19, 2023. And Alex says, this evening, Dan Wootton has said in his lead segment on GBN News that I abused him and I have made up some very serious allegations just to get him canceled. Both in quotations. This is false. I stand by every word I've tweeted. This story will continue to develop, and after hearing from others, the full truth will come out. So obviously, Alex is doubling down, not backing down, and he's saying with surety that he has the truth. Obviously, Dan is also saying he's got the truth, but the way Dan words things sometimes get to me a little bit. One thing he said in the video, and I paraphrase, not an exact quote, but he doesn't like being stuck in the middle of a witch hunt, as if he's in the middle somehow. I guess he's trying to say that he's not really this alias who the person claims, Martin Branning, but he's just Dan Wootton, so he's caught in the middle of the real person and Alex? I don't think so. I mean, Alex is directly accusing Dan Wootton. So I'd say that puts Dan front and center stage, and he wants to say like he's in the middle to make it look like he got caught up in it. So when I hear wording like that, I gotta get a little suspicious. I mean, obviously, Dan's gonna defend himself, but some words and phrases I think give us a clue as to what Dan might be really thinking. Dan also claims it's a political attack, which I won't rule out, but why him? Why now? Why these allegations? He's got explaining to do with that. I hear that Dan makes right-wing commentary and content, but there's a lot of right-wing channels and things out there just sailing fine. Nobody trying to take him down. I mean, not seriously, not out in the open. Daily Wire comes to mind. They say some very, very right-wing things, but they seem fine on YouTube. No one's attacking them. So, nah, it could be, but seems like an excuse. It seems like taking advantage of the culture right now, left versus right, and using that to hide behind. So, of course, some Johnny fans pitched in. Well, I'm assuming they're Johnny fans. I do see some familiar faces, but there might be some people neutral in the mix. I guess what people say will be telling. This person says, never fear truth. I would hang on close to that evidence of him hacking your social media because I have a feeling he's going to set you up somehow. I've been through this. It's digital, whatever he's got. So he could have copied it 1,000 times over, sent it to a dozen people. If he has some good evidence, unless he's completely absent-minded, then it's safe somewhere. Come Geek Some, who I'm sure many of you know, says, well, he does know what a smear campaign is. The guy has done many in his past. Wootton is exactly doing that, playing the same tune as all the other abusers who got exposed. Yeah, it's funny. When it happens to him, he has the same old defenses. The same old defenses that he said aren't actually defenses, that don't really count, because we should believe what the person's saying out of faith, I guess, or something. It's Me Again says, Dan's done some things that made the news and hurt others. While I don't normally condone that type of behavior, I'm kind of okay with him being blamed for something he say he didn't do and it being blasted all over. I guess he might understand how JD felt, good. If he is guilty, he is using his platform to try to shift blame, typical behavior, plan to follow the situation. Right. I see this comment in certain forms a lot. It's not about guilty or innocent like it usually is. It's about him experiencing what it's like to go through this, to defend yourself from this. Guilty and innocent plays a role, we need to know, but the fact is, even if he's innocent, he's done this type of thing to people before, so some people feel it's justified either way, which I think is a fair point of view. And people continue to point this article out. Johnny Depp is not a victim of cancel culture. He spent years trying to cancel Amber and me. And then he goes on to belittle the Virginia trial. So, nice to be a broken record on that one. It's an important one. Some people are saying that Dan is Darvo, deny attack, reverse victim offender. And Dan is saying he was a victim. And Alex is also getting some support for people just saying stuff like, this must be stressful, we support you, Alex. Lulu here says, I believe you, Alex. Have you spoken with a lawyer? And we know Dan claims he has spoken with a lawyer, but that's pretty obvious. I'm sure he's got lawyers. So the bottom line here is that at this point, at this crossroads, they're both going to say they have the truth. And Alex here is responding publicly so we could see things play out in real time. You let me know what you think down in the comments. By the way, I'm still going to break down Dan's video a little bit more. Just haven't got a chance. And I'll have a few stories more about Amber and Johnny and things like that. If you're not subscribed here, consider it. If you don't, I'll be pretty sad about it, but I'll get over it. See you next time.